Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Dirt, Rain, and Steel. So we're at usually where we start our episodes. We're at the elevator. Dad and I are here. Dad's strength, of course. So the weather drastically changed last night. We went from dry and hot to wet and cold. I mean, it's like 36 degrees this morning, and it is wet. And I was like, where'd all this corn come from? Well, then it dawned on me. It's been so hot and dry that corn's been dirty, and it rained last night, and it rinsed it all off where they've been hauling around to the big pile. So I'm like, that's where it came from. It actually cleaned off in the rain, and now you can see it. So, I mean, it's not pure kernels. It's like cornmeal because it's been driven over so much. It just looks like a lot of it, but there's really not a lot there. It's just kind of smushed. So today we're going to unload trucks. We're going to put the lowboy back behind the Pete. And we got to go get our 200 Hitachi excavator. And we're going to go to an old scrap yard and help a friend of ours that owns a salvage yard that salvages heavy equipment parts. It's called Drew's Equipment, or Drew's Parts, down in Anderson, Indiana. He bought a 200 Komatsu excavator that was a scrap handler, and it's partially disassembled. It doesn't run, but there are some good components still on it. So we are going to go assist a friend of mine that hauls equipment for him. We're going to assist him in loading it. We're going to drag it up on a trailer for him. So we're going to be doing that today. It's too wet to harvest. Maybe this afternoon, if it starts getting breezy and maybe the sun comes out, maybe we can do some harvest. But other than that, I think we're done for the day. So won't probably be no picking corn today. But we'll see what happens. Maybe the weather will turn around and we'll be able to do some this afternoon. We're at least going to get equipment moved down to my grandpa's place, so that when we can go, we can run pretty hard. I mean, we're done cutting beans at his place, but we have 100 acres of corn down there by his place that we're going to do. So, anyways, we're going to get today started and see what happens. Well, we're back from the elevator now. We're going to get our new to us Talbert lowboy plumbed up to work with our trucks. This trailer has a hydraulic tank in the neck for if you don't have a tank with oil on your truck. Well, all of our trucks are set up with tanks with oil, so we don't need this tank on this trailer. So we're going to plumb this up exactly like our other Talbert lowboy. Our other one does not have a tank in the neck, and so therefore we don't see a reason for this one to have it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that tank completely out. I'm going to take this filter out because we have filters on the trucks. We don't need to filter the oil at the trailer. That's just one extra filter that we don't need. And then we are going to replumb this so that hose right there connects to here. And then that'll simplify a lot of things. So I'm going to get started on this. Dad's strength's taking the old tires out back from the Pete. It got 8 new Firestones yesterday. So we're good on tires now on it. So let's get started. There's the last bolt. Couldn't get to the nut because you got to go up through this hole, so I just cut the head of the bolt off. So now I need to take this fitting off, and I should be able to slide that tank back and should be able to pick up out of the neck. So I got all the bolts out of the tank. I got the tank up out of there. I'm gonna have Dad's strength bring the Bobcat over here, and I'm gonna get up on top of the neck and sit that tank up on the forks and carry it away. That'd make a nice tank for a log splitter hydraulic tank reservoir. Reason we're taking out is, one thing is, a fear is that our tanks sit higher on the semis than the tank on the trailer. So the biggest fear is the oil is going to come back out of our reservoir tanks, go back in this one, and then come out the vent. So really it's got to go, and it's unneeded. We don't need it, so just less to carry around, less spots for rust to hide. So we're going to just eliminate it and be done. Now that we got the tank out, what I want to do is I want to take this hose and I want to bring it through this hole if possible, and then thread it through this hole and then out the front of the trailer. Instead of bringing a hose up, over, across, and down, I think it'll be better if it's through here. So I'm going to have to take the diamond plate cover off the cylinders so that I can access that and see if I can bring that hose to this side. So I'm going to take, there's 4 bolts I got to take out, and that cover will come off and I'll be able to get in there. So we got the cover all off. Here's the cylinders up here in the neck that actually picked the trailer up. It looks like it's had 2 replaced in the past because they're black and the other 2 are red. So I did find out that I can pull this hose out, put it through this side. It'll just lay over the top of here, which will be okay. And it'll work perfectly, just like I expected. I'll take that rubber grommet out of that hole, put it over in this hole so it don't rub. There's another rubber grommet I'll pop out and put in here in this hole, and then we'll be good. So now we're getting the plumbing figured out. We had to switch our fittings around on the truck because our stuff was all hooked up opposite of what this trailer was. So we're switching them around real quick, which is no big deal. And then we're going to run the Napa and get a hose made to replace the full length of hose from there, from where I took it off at the filter base all the way to the truck. So we'll get that, and then Dad's strength's going to put the end on that fitting. I got to finish tightening these up and it'll be good to go. So he's got his tools now, which I left in the shop. My bad, I'm sorry. So excuse the missing half fender, but when that tire blew out the other night, it kind of wiped it out. So now we got 8 brand new Firestone drive tires, so we're good for a long time now, and hopefully not blowing tires out. So we need to get the wheels polished on this truck, don't we? So problem is, it's tough to have show trucks or show quality trucks when you do what we do, because they're always in the crap, always in the mud and the dust and everything. So, but I do definitely want to get another half fender or 2. Might need to run full fenders with this trailer now. I just thought about that. Our old, does he? Our old Talbot lowboy had fenders on the neck that covered the drives of the truck, so that was pretty nice. So we're gonna have to do something different here. I don't want to be busting windows, back windows out of excavators and stuff. So we're gonna have to do something different with that. So we're gonna get this finished plumbed up and then see if we can get it hooked up. So we're both wedged in the toaster oven, the little Scion. As you can see, we're in here pretty tight. So we're gonna head up to Napa and get our hose made. I hope we can get the hose in here. Oh yeah, I'm sure we can roll it up and get it in here. It's only 155 inches. It's longer than the car, I think.
One's like 157.
157?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good thing you keep track. So plan is to go pipe thread on one end and then JIC on the other end, and that should be the length of hose we need, and we'll be able to do it in less steps. Before, they had a bushing in here. Well, in the old fitting there was a bushing and stuff to bush it down, but I want to do it all in one step so there's less connections. So I think my plan will work. So we'll get that hose, we'll get back, get the trailer hooked up. Sounds like we're not going to move that hoe till tomorrow morning. So plans changed a little bit, but that's okay. We can work on some other projects today. At least this trailer will be hooked up and ready to go. So we'll see what else happens. Well, we got our new hose put on, new fittings put on. Mikey at Napa made us this wonderful hose. So we just have to turn the valve back on the bottom of the wet kit tank so that we can get our oil flow. And then it's just as simple as starting the truck up, engaging the PTO, and see if we have any hydraulic power to the neck of the trailer. See if she'll lift up, and then we'll be able to back into it. Oh, did you get that valve turned on? Okay. Let's see if it works. Well, moment of truth. Let's see if she'll pick up. Oh, yeah, look at there. Right up. So now we'll get it where we want it, to back into it. Right there. Should be about right. You want to go back up?
Yep.
Oh, put the air back in the bags. Yeah. I left tools lay on the step. Good. Nice. Now we can pick it up. Oh, we gotta take the chain off first that held the neck up. Better get this off. Well, I'll need both hands. Okay, so we got the chain off, so now we can pick the trailer all the way up. Get it up off the ground. Can reset our pins for our gooseneck. Pop them out. Sit back down and she's ready to go. Nice thing about this trailer is we got the extra blocks. So we can change these blocks out and we can change the ride height on the trailer. That was an option we never had on our old one. It had blocks I made for it, but they never were quite what it was supposed to have. At some point, somebody redone a bunch of stuff and didn't redo it the way Talbert had it. So this trailer's going to be nice for us. Oh, I had to push the buttons in and air the trailer up. Well, it's all hooked up. Everything works. The only thing we got to do is slide the fifth wheel forward some because it's way too far back on the truck. And we're actually probably going to go to Winnemac for lunch and go down to Vanderhags and grab some new mud flap brackets because it's just ugly without them. So we need to get those and get new mud flaps back on it. That way it keeps shit off the back of whatever we're hauling and stuff. So we're going to clean up our mess and go change some light bulbs in the shop because it's kind of getting dark in there. So then we'll see what else we can figure out to do today, right? We need to work on that 270, but I don't want to lay in the mud after last night's rain to change them hoses yet. So maybe we'll wait until it dries out. So now we're in the shop. We're going to change out some light bulbs. We got our handy dandy man basket here, and we have it secured to the forks of the Bobcat. I think that'll be plenty to hold me in there. I'll get tied off as soon as I get in there. And then Dad's Strength will pick me up and we'll change the light bulbs there. We'll change the light bulbs there. And then it'll be bright in here again for the most part. So we're thinking about changing all these to LED lights. We just haven't found a good source for them yet. So if anybody's got any ideas for that, let me know. I know there's a lot of guys on here that have farm shops, and if you guys use LED lights, we would like to know about them. So we're going to get started. Well, that's definitely an improvement. It's a lot brighter. Huh? What'd you say?
I said I'm sick of putting death in this truck.
Well, if you delete it.
That's illegal.
No, it's not illegal. Everybody's doing it these days. So, okay, I guess you can move me to the next one.
Hang on.
What are you doing?
I'm taking this guard off so I can wipe the glass so I can see out of it.
Oh, it's plastic. It'll never be clean.
Well, I wiped it with my finger and I can see through it. So.
Oh, maybe that one is glass. I don't know. The old one was plastic.
All I know is I can't see out of it.
Well, it looks like there's a rubber on the outside that doesn't look fun to put back on. So, I guess when you're ready, just move me. I'll just hang out up here.
Is that turning on top?
Yeah, it's a Phillips screw. If I had a really long screwdriver, I'd hold it for you. But I can't reach it. Here, let me take this bulb and try to hold it. It ain't gonna work. Okay, now I'm going to lube up the garage door opener chain and slide. Well, we're going to go try to shell some corn this afternoon. We're going to go to Arby's first and get us a roast beef sandwich. Then we're going to head down to Vanderhags and get some mud flaps and brackets. And then we're going to go to the field, get the combines moved, and see what we can do this afternoon. So stay tuned. This episode's not over yet. So we got done with lunch. Had me 4 roast beef sliders from Arby's there, and got me a large Coke, cheese cup, and large curly fries. Best lunch ever. So anyways, we ran down to the Vanderhags, got a set of mud flat brackets for the Pete. Looked into ordering a set of minimizer polyplastic fenders, supposed to be indestructible with a good warranty on them. Looked into ordering those because we've always wanted a set of full fenders on that truck. Now we think we're gonna go ahead and pull the trigger on a set, since that lowboy doesn't have fenders on the neck. So we're on our way back, and the sun started coming out, and it shined for a little bit, and it's still out. So we decided, well, we're gonna at least try to pick the semi full tonight and the grain cart full tonight. We're not going to be moving that 200 Komatsu excavator today. We're going to wait until tomorrow. My Uncle Jamie's actually going to come help us. We're going to take his 330 Hitachi excavator and use it to load it. That way we know that we have an excavator with plenty of sack to get that drug up on the trailer. Being the 270's down right now, and the 200's still over on a job, it just made better sense to go grab his 330 and take it there tomorrow and do it. So that'll be tomorrow's video. But I got the GoPro with me. I'm going to use it on the Gleaner today, try to recreate that video I did with soybeans, but with corn. See if we have a better success with less dust. And I'm hoping we'll have less corn dust, because the simple fact it's a little bit moist yet from the rains from last night. So we'll see what happens. So anyways, we're going to get down to the field and get started. Well, we made it to the field. We're going to start opening up this field. This is one of our largest fields. Actually, you can't see because of the sun. There's about 100 acres right here, all in one spot. So we're going to get her opened up. Then we're going to do some GoPro shots, and later on in the video I'm going to answer a few questions that were asked in the comments, and we'll see how much corn we can get picked tonight. Let's just take a moment and enjoy this beautiful sunset. Isn't that pretty? Indiana sunset's beautiful. But that's not why we stopped. I wish that was really why we stopped, was to enjoy the sunset. I'm going to show you why we stopped. Abruptly stopped. Oh, all you can do is just stand back and just have a laugh at it. I mean, there's no point in getting mad. That's why we stopped. Yeah. Well, now I'm going to wait for Dad's strength to come unload me. I turned and I was heading up. I was going to go dump on the truck, and I felt a pop. I'm like, what was that? And it almost felt like it was a final drive. I'm like, don't be a final drive. Please don't be a final drive, because I don't want to change one of them. And then I was driving slowly forward. I walked around the combine. I didn't notice anything strange. I was driving forward slowly, and I felt the combine tip back. Threw me back in the seat. I'm like, oh no, the rear axle split in half. Well, it wasn't the rear axle splitting in half. It was the tire falling off. So, yep, I'm going to have to go to Worthington, just get a whole hub, probably a spindle, and just replace it all. When this happened last year, this hub was questionable if I should put it back on. We peened it really good. got the bearing races to stay in there, and everything tightened up, and it was tight and felt good. Well, I think that came back to bite us. So I'm gonna have to just go get a new hub, and I think I'm gonna get a new spindle. You know what? I actually might get a whole rear axle. I don't know. We'll see. So I'm gonna have to run up to Worthington and just see what I can find. I know they have several combines up there with the same axles under them, so I'm just gonna have to get me one. So, but here's what it is. Not gonna get upset about it. We'll fix it. We'll go on. No big deal. So, I mean, what do you do about it? You get mad, you throw things, you yell, you cuss, you scream. What for? I mean, in the end, you just feel kind of stupid that you done that anyways, and it didn't fix the problem. I mean, if anything, it made you vent a little bit. But you know what? I'm just gonna stand here and I'm gonna enjoy this beautiful sunset and think about how things could have been worse. You know, it could have been a drive tire fell off, you know, and really smashed something, especially in a red combine, peeled the whole side panel off. But the only thing that it done was just damage that happened before, and we straightened it out. The tire kicked up and hit the toolbox, and well, this time it bent right up there just a little bit, but it didn't hurt nothing. We got excavators and blocks of wood. We can push that back down. That's no big deal. So anyways, this probably be a good stopping point for this episode of Dirt Grain Steel, because I'm done for the night. So I'm gonna go walk back up and wait for Dad's strength to get here with the grain cart. We'll unload it, get it lightened up, and we'll probably run down here with our service truck and the crane again and pick it up like we did the last time and get it up on some blocks of wood tomorrow. But for tonight, this lever's set. Ain't hurt nothing. It ain't going nowhere. It can't. So we'll fix you, buddy. No problem. Just have to wait till we get some parts. So still not gonna give up on this combine. I'm sorry. There's the haters out there that hate me running this old Gleaner. Just keep hating, because we're gonna keep running it no matter what. So you could say we're fueled by haters around here sometimes. So anyways, if you like this episode of Dirt Grain Steel, give me a like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.